Reality competition shows are sometimes about surviving, dating, singing, maybe a combo of all three, but sometimes reality TV likes to enter the genre realm. Sometimes it works, even surprisingly well, and other times it failed spectacularly. Here are 4 of the most fascinating attempts to make a genre reality show and how they fared. Well, spoilers, none of them made it past a season. All the way back in 2001, Fox tried to get real with Murder in Small Town X. In this show, 10 contestants were brought to the fictional town of Sunrise, Maine to investigate a bunch of grisly murders. This show was a huge undertaking. Dozens of extras were stationed all around the real town of Eastport, providing clues to the investigators or just generally causing drama. And the plot was kind of intense. All of the murders were connected to some decades-long conspiracy involving a secret society.
And my father, he would have been your grandfather.
Murder in Small Town X may have been a big idea, but that didn't equal big ratings, so the show was dropped after 1 season.
Our challenges will call you one by one until only the true hero remains.
In a sense, Murder in Small Town X walked, so the quest could run. One of the production teams behind Lord of the Rings handed themselves a huge undertaking by creating, well, a giant live-action roleplay session, or LARPing. The quest took place in the magical land of Everrealm, as 12 paladins completed trials set by the Queen to prove they were the one who was destined to wield the Great Sun Spear against the evil Verlocks. The show was well received, but wasn't renewed for another season. Luckily, the chapter's not closed on this story just yet. Disney recently announced they're going to be rebooting this series for Disney+, which could maybe mean more Disney-fied quests for the new heroes. I mean, basically, that's the plot of Onward.
With one team living in a luxurious future, the other exiled to the primitive past.
Sci-Fi has done plenty of great reality shows for nerds, namely their cosplay and makeup competitions. And then there's Opposite Worlds.
Who can overcome the past? Who will control the future?
Considered to be one of the worst concepts and executions for a reality show, Opposite Worlds was billed as an experiment to determine who would emerge as the superior human, a caveman from the Stone Age, or an enhanced being from the future. It was no contest. The future won, hands down. That's because everybody stuck in the past is living in an open cave, wearing tiny scraps of fake fur and eating fish heads. The show was plagued with on-set injuries, in addition to the unevenly stacked competition, so really it's no surprise they didn't go forward with another season.
Just 40 kids with a chance to build their own society.
No one here knows how to cook.
Finally, the most infamous of all, Kidnation. You might think this isn't a genre reality show because it's about a bunch of kids living in the Old West. You would be wrong. Kidnation is full-on Lord of the Flies, bordering on Hunger Games or Battle Royale. In this show from CBS, a group of kids were sent into a deserted town to build their own society. Some became leaders, others laborers. Everyone became party to an awful caste system. Before it debuted, the show was so controversial, it lost CBS advertisers and prompted the state of New Mexico to announce an investigation into whether the show was violating child labor laws, though it was later dropped.
So we'll call your parents, and we'll get you home right away.
True, Kidnation had a bunch of adults on hand to make sure the children were safe, but this didn't feel like a show that was especially kind to kids. So there you have it. The good, the great, the bad. What the hell were they thinking? Goes to show that reality TV doesn't need genre to be fantasy. It does a fine enough job on its own.